Head to the polls tomorrow in one shoreline town to decide whether or not to protect nearly 1,000 acres from developers.
This is a really big issue there. An area is known as the Preserve. It sits mostly in Old Saybrook. News 8's Tina Detelj shows us the area and tells us why many say it's important to protect it.
This is one of the main entryways into the preserve. We're on a rural back road here in Old Saybrook. Now behind me sits 1,000 acres of undeveloped but also unprotected land. Much of those 1,000 acres of coastal forest sit in Old Saybrook, 926 to be exact, which is why residents of the shoreline town will vote Tuesday on whether or not the town should spend $3 million to fund an effort to buy the preserve and preserve it.
The largest remaining unfragmented coastal forest between New York and Boston.
Chris Kreider has helped lead the effort to keep the land from being developed from projects like a golf course once proposed a few years ago.
There were many concerns about pesticides, herbicides, nematicides, which kill worms, that might get into the aquifer that feeds residential wells.
The preserve, which is also in Westbrook and Essex, has gotten state support and funding along with private donations. But the final piece needed could come from Old Saybrook.
This effort really took years and hours and eventually dollars of commitment so that the land could be preserved.
Many have opposed development because of the impact on the environment and traffic and the added upkeep needed to the local roads and bridges. But a big project might add big bucks to the town's tax base. A development would generate taxes for the town, though.
It would generate revenue, but in the long run, revenue minus the expenses would be a net negative effect.
Again, the vote on this preserve is Tuesday. Polls open at noon. Now in Essex, they'll be holding a similar vote for their part of the preserve. That will be July 16th. In Old Saybrook, Tina Detelj, News 8.